Tesla's new model paves the way to $400 billion auto revenues in 2030. Tesla's new model, which will be built on a third-generation platform, paves the way to $400 billion in auto revenues in 2030, says New Street Research. The firm believes the new model is critical to Tesla's continued success. In anticipation of Tesla Investor Day, managing partner at New Street Research Pierre Ferragut shared the firm's expectations for a major announcement to be made at the event. He said Tesla's new model is critical to the company's continued success and offered an overview of how they see it and its impact on the development of the manufacturer. New Street Research expects the new model to be 15% shorter, 30% lighter, and have a 25% smaller battery than the current Model 3. The firm looked at comparisons between compact ICE cars and midsize ICE sedans and extrapolated the comparison between the Model 3 and midsize ICE sedans to arrive at that conclusion. We expect Model 2, 15% shorter, 30% lighter and 25% smaller battery than Model 3. We looked at how ICE compacts compare to mid-size ICE sedans and extrapolated the comparison between Model 3 and ICE mid-size sedans to reach this conclusion. Pierre Ferragut, February 27, 2023. The firm expects the new model to be 37% cheaper to produce than Model 3. Half of that difference will be directly attributable to the car's smaller size, while the other half will be mainly due to innovations in design, architecture, and manufacturing. The analyst writes that this translates into a $21,600 COGS, cost of goods sold at scale, including the full FSD hardware installed in the vehicle. Lower cost, FSD support, and superior range and performance will give Tesla's new model an edge over Toyota Corolla. It will be like the advantage Model 3 has over Honda Accord now. It also means a gross margin of over 20% compared to the mid-single digits for Corolla. Subsequently, Tesla will be able to maintain gross margins of 30% for cars, with both the new model and FSD increasing in the mix. New Street Research expects the new model to cost $25,000, as announced at Battery Day 2020. This means that the new model will cover 80% of the automotive market and allow Tesla to exceed 12 million vehicles and $400 billion in auto revenues in 2030. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. My take: the Model 2 will change everything and become the world's best-selling car. Mexican president confirms location of next Tesla factory. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador confirmed during a news conference today that Tesla will build its next assembly plant in Monterrey, Mexico. He is reported as saying, "There is already an understanding. Yes, they are going to dedicate the investment to Mexico and the plant is going to be established in Monterrey with a series of commitments to face the problem of water scarcity." As we reported earlier this month, Mexico has been the front-runner for the location of the automaker's next plant, but exactly where within this large nation it would be located was a mystery. The city of Monterrey is about 140 miles south of the U.S. border at Texas, which means transporting new vehicles into the U.S. market should be relatively easy work. It's also a relatively short flight from Tesla's corporate headquarters in Austin, Texas. Monterrey is the capital of the northeastern Mexican state of Nuevo León and holds a population of about 4.5 million in the greater metro area. There were reported concerns that welcoming Tesla's production facility might exaggerate the region's water shortages, but Teslarati reports a conversation between the country's president and Tesla CEO Elon Musk yesterday confirmed it won't be an issue. Obrador may have spilled the beans on the plant's location a little early, as we expected the site to be confirmed tomorrow during Tesla's Inventor Day presentation. More details may be given then, like what product the factory in Monterrey will build and its future production capacity. How Mexico is critical for car production. Tesla has its own lane at Texas-Mexico border. Mexico Considering tariffs due to proposed U.S. EV tax credit. Mexico is a popular location to build cars in general, but EV production there in particular has grown considerably in recent years. Ford, for instance, produces the Mustang Mach-E in Mexico, while General Motors plans to establish production of some of its Ultium-powered EVs there. BMW has also announced plans to build its next-generation EVs in Mexico. Source: reposted and summarized from John Neff at Inside EVs. My take: there are some major benefits to having a gigafactory in Mexico. Tesla Model Y under the skin is a true work of art, says Toyota. Toyota recently tore down the Tesla Model Y to learn how to build its own electric car that would be competitive. One of the leaders of the company said that under the skin, Model Y is a real work of art. Toyota is seriously looking into Tesla as it plans to push the next-generation EV platform. The company's engineers recently tore down the Tesla Model Y, not only uncovering key technological secrets of the popular American-made all-electric crossover, but also finding plenty to admire, according to Automotive News. Under the body of the compact SUV, Toyota found an artfully simplified vehicle design built with cutting-edge manufacturing prowess that would be the envy of any legacy automaker. Taking the skin off the Model Y, it was truly a true work of art, said one Toyota executive who scrutinized the Tesla part by part. It's unbelievable. The Tesla teardown showed Toyota that its own advances in manufacturing technology were surpassed in many ways. Although the latest versions of Model Y look the same on the outside, they have been completely redesigned on the inside. Tesla innovates in their vehicles as soon as they achieve certain improvements, so they are improving non-stop. Tesla's use of giant casting eliminated a huge amount of parts and brackets. Now the company casts the front and rear ends of the car and inserts a structural battery pack between them, which has a huge number of advantages. Tesla's approach has eliminated hundreds of parts and reduced weight by 220 pounds, while increasing the car's battery range and reducing its overall manufacturing costs, according to Toyota's estimate provided to Automotive News. It's a whole different manufacturing philosophy, one executive said. We need a new platform designed as a blank sheet EV, said another. California illustrates the challenge facing Toyota. The automaker has long dominated the state's green car market. For years, its Camry sedan was the state's best-selling passenger car. But last year, Tesla Model 3 took the sales crown. Tesla Model Y has also supplanted Toyota RAV4 as the state's best-selling crossover. Tesla is on track to oust Toyota as the top-selling brand in the state in just 1 to 2 years, analysts say. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. My take: finally a small amount of recognition from one of the big boys. Tesla Giga Berlin has already employed over 10,000 people. Tesla Giga Berlin continues to expand to reach full production capacity. So far, the factory has already employed over 10,000 people, close to the Phase 1 target of 12,000 employees. Tesla Giga Berlin is growing very fast. According to information from the German media, the factory already has over 10,000 employees. On January 23, 2023, it became known that the manufacturer has already hired 9,000 employees, which means that about 1,000 people have been added in the last month. The pace of expansion is impressive, meaning that Giga Berlin has been hiring around 250 employees every week. Given the new data, it is clear that Tesla is already very close to its set Phase 1 target of 12,000 employees. With Tesla providing thousands of jobs, the company is already the largest employer in the region, improving significantly the economic situation there. Subsequent expansions of the staff continue to secure this status for it. In fact, Tesla is the one who has the most influence on the economic situation in Brandenburg. Giga Berlin is on its way to reaching its first significant production level. Last week, Giga Berlin reached a production capacity of 4,000 Model Ys per week. This means that the factory currently has a production capacity of 208,000 vehicles per year. The first significant milestone that Tesla is trying to achieve is the production of 250,000 cars a year. Given the current pace of production ramp-up and workforce expansion, it can be assumed that this will happen in the next 2 months. Ultimately, Tesla plans to produce 500,000 vehicles per year in Phase 1 of the factory expansion, which will require about 12,000 employees. The factory started operations in March 2022 and will need some time to ramp up production and increase the number of employees to the desired level. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. My take: Giga Berlin is ramping up very nicely. Where will they be by the end of the year?